What's going on, y'all? So I'm back again, back with another message to whoever receives it, whoever it gets to. The type of work I do requires me to work with disabled and elderly people. All right job. I feel like it can be beneficial if you consider it and if you're paying attention and not just there, for a paycheck. Which I understand if you are just there for a paycheck, but I take my job as a lesson, and I learn a lot through speaking with the disabled and the elderly, the older, if you don't know what elderly means, but older people. Yesterday I was having a conversation with a 60-year-old woman. Nowadays, 60 is young. I mean, it's old, but it's young still. You can still move around, with this particular individual. She was messed up physically, and obviously somewhat mentally, from the things that she did to herself, what she accepted accountability for. So we were speaking, and I asked her what advice she would give to the youth. And she told me that she would tell the youth not to party too much, while you're young. I mean, obviously you don't want to party too much at all. Too much partying, too much of anything, not good for you. But not party too much, not throw too much of your youth away partying. That is the whole reason that she's in that position. Partying, drinking a lot, eating the wrong foods, not getting enough sleep. All those things play a role in how you turn out later on down the line, later on in your life. Everything that you do now in those early 20s, it will show later on down the line if things are not changed, if you don't make a change. Never take your early 20s and think it's a time to party. You're young still. No. In your early 20s, you want to be as productive as possible. You want to try to eat as clean as possible. I know it's, everything not going to be perfect, with the eating situation due to all the chemicals and things that's going on with our foods. We don't even know what they're doing with their organic food. But in your 20s, you want to take advantage of that physically. You're at your best. In your teens, 18, 19, you're at your best physically. As far as youth, we get better later on. You peak later on, but you don't want to damage your body in those early stages. You don't want to be out partying too much. You want to use that time to focus on building your body, building your finances, building yourself up spiritually, and building yourself up mentally. Partying always gonna be there. Drinking always gonna be there. Smoking always gonna be there. You're not missing out on anything. Don't give up those early days thinking it's the time to party. That's the time to work. The time where you don't have no kids involved. The time where you can be working 2 or 3 jobs or getting the best education you can get, or maybe even starting a YouTube. See a bunch of young teens and young adults with YouTube channels that's, from the outside looking in, look like they doing well. But you want to always try to take care of yourself, take care of your body physically, take care of your mind, and take care of your spirit. Don't take those early days. Don't take those early days for granted. Don't take those young adult days for granted. That's the best time, you know. Fast metabolism, constantly moving around, not putting weight on. You know, some teens, you know, of course we got some teens that, and some young adults that might be a bit overweight, but take this information, you know, it's never too late to get started. Never too late to get going on your goals and your aspirations. We know ain't nobody perfect. But if you hearing this message, get started now. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't get in your 60s or 50s, 40s. See, a lot of people a lot of young people, when I say young, I'm talking about 40s and 50s on dialysis. You know, with a lot of health issues because they didn't take care of themselves in their younger days. I know it's some things we just can't avoid. You know, diseases are gonna happen depending on your genetics. There's just some things you can't avoid. But what you can do is know that you tried, you know, you worked hard, you did whatever you can do. You know, ain't nobody perfect. Take care of yourselves.